Hello and welcome to Home Debate Club. Today we want to hear your voice and get you leading a lesson of your own at home. Pretty much everyone is getting their say during this crisis, apart from young people whose schools are closed. So this is an opportunity for you to take to the stage and share your opinions. This is a bit different to other online lessons. Every week, we help you to take part in a live, online, and nationwide debate to learn as a group with your family or with your debate partners, whoever you're around right now, at home or wherever you might be. We like our debates to be rigorous but respectful. But I do hear, I guess, a chorus of people saying, we're out of school right now, why should we bother debating? What would you say to that, Greg?
Well, I think there's lots going on at the world at the moment, and young people's voices should be included in that. So I think it's really important that we need to be taking part in debates in our homes at the moment.
Great, I couldn't agree more. When we're debating, Greg, just in case anybody's a bit concerned, is there such thing as a wrong answer in Home Debate Club?
Well, no, there's no such thing as a wrong or right answer with these debate questions. It's about you exploring your own views and saying what you think.
Fantastic. So how do you get involved in this? Well, this is a group activity, but we do need one young person who's going to be leading it. To get involved, you need at least one debate partner, but hopefully more, a quiet space in your home or wherever you are, and 30 minutes of time to hold your debate. And we're extremely excited and pleased that you're here to join us today. So before we get started on this week's question, we thought it would be a good idea to give a big shout out to everybody that joined us in our last question last week when we had our trial. Last week we asked the question, should the UK try to return to normal or normality as quickly as possible, or be slow and cautious with the way that we lift restrictions? So many people got involved in voting for Team Sam and Team Greg, and the winning option was option 2, which I believe, he's reminding you, was Team Greg, slow and cautious. Why do you think that was, Greg?
Yeah, I think it was a fascinating debate last week, and I thought it was very interesting that most people thought it was slow and cautious. I think more young people around the country are interested in the safety of people and health of people. So great debate, Sam. Thank you, Team Greg.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that lots of you out there are going to help me out in today's debate. But we have to take these debates on their merits, so wait to hear what the arguments are first. Now, to make it a bit more exciting, what we thought we'd do is try and make a bit of a sort of game about trying to work out what the question is going to be that we'll debate this week. So rather than us telling you, we want you to try and work it out. So we're going to share 2 pictures. They're clues to help you work out what the question is going to be. After each one, we want you to have a quick chat with the people around you to see if you can work out, based on these pictures, what our question is going to be. Greg's going to have a go doing that with you, aren't you, Greg?
Yep. Okay,
so here's the first picture. What does this make you think of, Greg? Tell us your thoughts.
Okay, so this reminds me of a nice sunny day in a park with children playing.
Okay, cool. So we're going to give you 30 seconds out there to have that chat with your group. What do you think this picture is showing you? How might it link to a debate? Okay, brilliant. Thanks for that. Here's the next clue. So with this one, I want you to try and link the 2 pictures together to form a question. So Greg, talk us through your thoughts.
Okay, so this reminds me of the face masks that I see some people wearing when I go for my daily walk.
Okay, great. So you've got another 30 seconds out there. Try and model off Greg's thinking, share your thoughts, put these two images together, what's the debate question going to be? Okay then, guys, so give us a quick shout out. I know we can't hear you in London where I am, or in Scotland where Greg is, but give us a shout out anyway. What do you think the question this week is going to be all about? Fantastic, well done. Greg, you're going to talk to us about the question, aren't you?
Yes. Okay, so thank you everybody for taking part in guessing what today's question was. So you should be seeing today's question on the screen very soon. So, should the government force people to wear masks when they go outside? That is our question of the day. Sam, so what do you think this question means?
It's a really interesting question, this, isn't it? And I guess what it's asking you to think about at home or wherever you are is the limits that government may or may not have when it comes to trying to tackle coronavirus, and what our opinion is of that. So we know that relatively soon we're going to be going outside of our homes a bit more regularly than we do at the moment, and we're going to be doing that at a time when there still isn't going to be a cure for coronavirus available, probably. So lots of people are thinking about how they might want to take extra caution or extra protection when they are going about their business, or for lots of us who might be returning to school. So the question is, okay, well, if we're going to be going out a lot more, should it be that the government passes a law or a rule that says everybody in the country, when they're outside, must be wearing a mask? Is that appropriate? Is it not? What the consequences of that might be? How can people afford it? All those sorts of things we're going to talk about in a second. But that's what the question means. Does that make sense to you, Greg?
Absolutely, yes. So that is very clear to me, and I understand it. Thank you, Sam. Great explanation. So we should be seeing the two sides of the debate soon on your screen. So let me just run through what the two different sides of today's debate are. So firstly, we have Team Greg. Team Greg, yes, everybody should wear a mask. And we have Team Sam on the opposing side. No, it should be a choice. What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, so but before we talk to you about our opinions and to help you reach yours, I want to share some statistics with you around the subject we're debating today. So on the 28th of April, so that would have been a week or so ago, the Scottish Government asked people to cover their faces when they're going about in public. So this isn't something that is a wild decision. It's something that governments are looking at doing. However, the World Health Organization, who are responsible for setting lots of the policy around tackling coronavirus, say that it doesn't actually have that much of an effect, at least on the medicine. It might stop you from spreading the disease, but it doesn't necessarily stop you from catching it. So the other things I want to talk to you about are that the WHO thinks that if worn improperly, so you're not wearing it properly at all, it could actually increase the risk of you catching coronavirus. And then the other thing to mention when we're considering this debate is that we don't have a lot of face masks available in this country. The supply chains that get them in are quite difficult to access. So if we give 60 million people and more than that the command to go out and start wearing them, what will that mean for hospitals and care homes who might not be able to get access to them? So there's some stats for you. It is a decision that people are looking at. Some governments think it's a great idea, but maybe there are some concerns about how it should be done. So come on then, Team Greg. What's your chat? What's your opinion?
So I've got a strong opinion on this one, Sam, and I think we should all be made to wear face masks. It helps to stop the spread of coronavirus, and lots of people don't know if they've got it or not. So wearing a mask and making everybody wear masks is a good idea. And I also think that if it makes people feel safer, then it's also a good idea.
And okay, that's interesting. I mean, I do see that point. I think there is some value in people doing something that makes them feel safer, even if maybe it doesn't have that much of an effect, because we do need people to start to go outside. We will need people to go back to work soon. That's a really good point, Greg. I hadn't thought of it that way. However, I'm going to just grab my sign again, because Team Sam, we don't agree with this position. What do we think? So I think that, yeah, like we mentioned in the statistics earlier, I think there's a huge problem about supply of things like face masks. And if they aren't going to make a huge amount of difference to whether we are going to have RP protected or not, then maybe we should just ensure that that supply goes to where it's most needed: hospitals, care homes, things like that. I think there's another element to this as well that says, well, not everybody in society can necessarily afford to go and buy a face mask that they need to use every day. So if we give out that command, only the poorest in society are going to be the people that maybe suffer the most. So those are my concerns, and that's why we're saying that actually we don't think the government should. So, Team Sam.
Wow, very persuasive point, Sam. Thank you very much. That was great.
No worries. Well, I want you to take a moment out there, wherever you are, just to think about your opinion. Do you agree with Greg and their consideration there for what should happen, or do you agree with me about the concerns? Whatever. Just take 10 seconds to yourself and decide who you agree with. And then Greg's going to talk to us about how this debate works and what the rules are.
Yeah, so let me just tell you a little bit about how today's debate work while you're having a bit of a think. So the first step is to really decide on which option you agree with. So think for yourself, what do you think is best? Then talk to the people that you're debating with, and you can use your sentence starters if you need them to help you. And then finally try and agree on one answer as a group.
Okay, great. And then we did mention at the start that we need a young person to lead this debate. Any young person can do it. All you need to do is stand up like a teacher does in the classroom to help your debate to work. You go around and you high five people then when it's their turn to start debating. And it's your responsibility, it's a really important job, to make sure that everybody gets a turn, including yourself.
And after 5 minutes, you will be able to vote. So let's debate.
You have 3 minutes left in your debate. You're into the last 2 minutes of your debate. You've got 30 seconds left.
Vote now.
Okay, everybody, the debate is over and voting is now open. You need to vote now. Remember, you need to have reached an agreement with your debating partner before clicking onto the option you decide. All you need to do is click on the option you agree with next to this video, and your vote will be recorded. You've got about 30 seconds, and you need to vote now, and you need to vote Sam. Greg, give us a quick prediction. Who do you think is going to win today? Which option?
I think you might have swung this one today, Sam. You were very persuasive, and I think you might have got this one. I'm not sure that everybody else will be ready to vote with me on this one yet, but I hope they do.
I hope so too. Right, well, your 30 seconds of voting are up. We should see on your screens any moment now what the result is. Well done to everybody for getting involved. And it looks like that, well, not only are both options great and both have strengths and weaknesses, but we have a tie between our options. Normally I get to say at this point, most people agree with, but we have a complete 50-50 split. It's even tighter than Brexit referendum was. Greg, I'm really surprised by this. Didn't see that coming. What do you think it means?
Well, I think this is one that people are genuinely split on, and there's a lot of people aren't sure, just like us, and I think that's why there's been a tie today.
Yeah, I think that's fascinating, and I think it's probably a really reasonable reflection of what everybody across the country feels in such a divisive issue. So, wow, amazing. So, thank you for getting involved. That was a really brilliant debate. We like to end Home Debate Club by sharing something great about each person who debated in our group. It can be about something that they shared in the debate, or it can be about a way in which they helped you to participate. It's up to you guys entirely. Give an example of that, Greg.
So an example is, Sam, I thought you debated very well because you were very clear and very clear in the points that you made, but also that you listened to me in the points that I made too. So yeah, that's why I thought you were a good debate partner today.
Great example and true. Right, over to you guys. You've got 30 seconds. Yeah, share with your partners some feedback. Okay, well, I hope you've shared some really great insights and made the people in your group feel fantastic. So, to finish off, there's one thing from me, one thing from Greg. From me, it's to you young people out there. What we like to do is leave you with a challenge at the end of each one of these debates to take it to the next level when it comes to engaging in discussion and taking your voice and getting it heard. So what we're going to do is we're going to link this debate to an article that we found from the Independent website, and it has on the top of the article a video produced by the World Health Organization about face masks. It's a public information video talking about the pros and cons of wearing face masks. I'm going to be really real with you. It's dry. It's a boring video. Well, so what I thought I'd ask you to do is have a go at making your own version of it. Make it interesting, get creative, make it engaging. But we want you to make up a short public information video talking about the pros and cons of wearing a face mask. And what we're going to do is we're going to post on our socials, on Home Debate Club, social media, a link to where you can find the challenge to get involved after this debate as soon as we're done. Over to you, Greg.
Thanks, Sam. And the last thing for me is just to say to just speak directly to the adults for a second. It's two different things. We'd love to hear how your home debate has gone today. So if you'd like to share kind of how you've got on with just pictures or video or just anything really, then please share by searching either Smart School Councils or Home Debate Club on social media, and you'll be able to find us. We'd love to hear from you. And then the last thing from both of us is just to say thank you to everybody who's taken part in today's test. So this is the second ever test run of Home Debate Club for the secondary schools, and a big moment for Sam and I. So thank you very much for taking part. What's really important and what we'd really like you to do is to give us some feedback. And the way that you can access that is by going to homedebateclub.com. So going to the homepage there, and if you scroll down to the bottom, there's a link to give us feedback. It should only take a few minutes, but it's really helping to shape what this looks like. And I think it's really important. So thank you again. And thank you very much for getting in touch. Sorry for taking part. So shall we say goodbye, Sam?
We will. I mean, I'm just going to award myself the trophy for a successful Home Debate Club from my team out there. Thank you for being involved. That makes it 3-1 on the scores, Greg. Just thought people might like to know what the collective scores are. 3-1 to me. Why is that? Who knows? But I'm very happy to be in the lead. Thank you very much for your participation out there. Join us next week for another Home Debate Club.
Goodbye.